All right, guys, good morning. Happy day 13 of distance learning. Happy Thursday to everybody. Woke up with a little bit of rain, so our weather from yesterday was correct. So we'll get started here. I want to start with the days of the week, and so I'm going to add this stick, but if you notice, it is the 130th day of school, and I have some rubber bands over there. So now that there are 10 sticks in the ones place, you guys probably know what we should do, but it's called bundling. So we should bundle that up, and I'm going to put them in the tens place right now. So instead of 10 units, we have one big unit of 10 now. 130th day of school. All the names are back in the bucket. So here we go. One more than 130. Juliana. One more than 130 is, of course, 131. Excuse me. Did that right into the microphone yet again. One less than 130. Adley. One less than 130. And that's a tough one. So think about if you're counting back from 30 and you're just going to add 100 to whatever it is. So if you're at 30 and you count one back, 30, 29. So it should be 129. And 10 more. Pavel, 10 more than 130. And hopefully he would say 140, because 10 more than 30 is 40. The hundreds place doesn't change. It's still 100. 140. And the last one, Valentina, 10 less than 130. 10 less. 120. Yesterday's weather question, or the, whoops, messing with Josh's tank a little bit. Yesterday's weather question was, if the sunny days are 48 and the cloudy days are 45, what is the difference? Who has more and how many more do they have? So, well, sunny has more, because remember back to the beginning of the year when we were comparing numbers, two-digit numbers, and so I know that 48 is larger than 45. Why? Because it has more ones in the ones place. How many more? 48, 45. What's the difference between those? 48 has 3 more. So the sunny day is 3 larger than the cloudy day. The weather tally. Uh-oh. Well, I don't have my expo marker over here, but the weather tally today, if I was looking outside, it's not raining currently, but it is pretty cloudy. So I will put a cloudy check mark on the cloudy portion of our calendar. Today is Thursday. Yesterday was Wednesday. That means tomorrow is Friday, the last day of this week of distance learning. My question today, if today is the 9th of April, how many days until the 23rd of April? So if today is the 9th, how many days until the 23rd of April? And don't forget about that trick of each time you skip a row on the calendar, it is 7. There are 7 days in a week. Each row is 7. So you could count down 7s, or you could go 1. But remember, today you don't count today, you count the first hop from today. So from April 9th to April 10th, that's 1. So each hop is 1 day. We don't count on the 9th. Weather today. It is looking like it is a little cloudy today, cloudy and also windy. It says there's a 0% chance of rain today. I think it must have happened all this morning. So very windy today, pretty windy tomorrow. It's a high of 71 today, but tomorrow it's almost 20 degrees colder. It is 52 degrees. Saturday it's saying completely sunny and 60 degrees. It should be really nice then. And on Sunday, mostly cloudy. And looking into next week a little bit, it looks like we're going to have cloudy and rainy weather yet again next week. So at least this weekend, on this Saturday, it'll be a good day to maybe take a little bit longer of a walk, go on a bike ride. There's a couple good options around to make sure that you're trying to stay active as possible and everything else. So that is it for that. I wanted to add one more little thing into while I'm on the internet, and something that I've kind of been missing and that we used to do a little bit is just daily quotes. And Mr. Scott always had a really good quote on his whiteboard. Mr. McCants still has a quote on his board for his daily Stoddard News. But I wanted to kind of have our own quote and just give you some things to think about in the morning. And the first one is by John Wooden, and it says, "Don't let what you can't do stop from doing what you can do." So don't let what you cannot do stop from doing what you can do. And what that means to me is sometimes we make things more complicated than they need to be. Sometimes we only focus on the bad things, and right now in our time, especially with distance learning and coronavirus and all this other stuff, there's a lot of bad things that we could focus on, but we need to try our best to focus on the positive things. So if everybody in your family is healthy, that's something positive to focus on. I know Isla and I were talking yesterday after our Zoom call, and we're just so thankful, and she's very positive about that. She loves seeing everybody. You could be positive about waking up a little bit later in the morning, but find some positive in your day to focus on, so that we're not always focusing on the negative, because I know that when I do that, my day's a little bit better. I have a little more energy, and so as much as you possibly can, focus on the positive of things. And then also focus on what we can do right now. We're not going to be heading back to the classroom in April. So what we can focus on is being as active on the Zoom calls as we can, getting on the Microsoft Teams, talking with family members, reaching out to your friends, and everything else. So just focus on what we can do right now and what we can control, and that is making the best of our distance learning classroom possible. Microsoft Word. Here is our plan this week. Math lesson 13. So lesson 13, we want to try to be close to lesson 13. I was looking at Zern last night, and we have a bunch of people that are either there or past lesson 13. But it's really important that we try to get to lesson 14 or 15 by Monday, so that we can start our new unit coming up on beginning of multiplication and equal groups and some things called arrays. There's an optional math extension page, and reading and writing. So deer time. Thank you, Adley and his mom, for asking me what deer time is. That is something that Miss Lasave and Mr. O'Byrne's class does. And Mr. Collier made the plan for everybody the past 3 weeks, and then Mr. O'Byrne helped out this week. Deer time is just independent reading, what you guys have been doing 20 minutes a day. But since we do not have our reading log, you don't need to worry about writing what page you did or anything like that. So it's just a time for you to read by yourself, read to a family member, read to your pet if you want to. I've been reading to a fish for the past 3 weeks, so anything is possible. But just practicing reading and those word strategies, breaking up words, looking for sounds, sounding the words out, and really practicing on, when I'm reading, I want to try not to read word by word, but scooping words together. So if I'm reading the sentence, use this video to help you, I don't say use this video to help you. I'll try to scoop words together. So use this video to help you. And so you can scoop some words together to make a little bit more phrases, which will make you a little more fluent, is what teachers call it for reading. The other reading thing today is I'm going to make a YouTube video after I do some morning stuff this morning. Parents, I should be sending that out about 10 o'clock or 10:30. So I am going to try to be working pretty quickly this morning to get everything sent out so that I can focus on that lesson. I'm going to be reading the book Nelson Mandela. He is right up here. And it's part of our activism unit that we are going to kind of finish on Monday. I'm going to read the Greensboro Sit-In on Monday. I looked through Gandhi, and it's a little bit more of a story that I would like to have everybody with me so that we could go over for about 2 or 3 days, but I know that we don't have 2 or 3 days to be doing that. So we're going to finish that up on Monday, but Nelson Mandela is an extremely important figure in the country of South Africa, and he is a big activist. And so I'll kind of go back over the 3 different types of activism that we talked about at the beginning of this unit, but be looking for that, and so that you can finish up your paragraph on Nelson Mandela. So you're going to write me a paragraph about why Nelson Mandela is an activist and how he helped his community, and also we're going to go over what are describing words. How can you use his traits to help describe him in your paragraph? So look for that important YouTube video coming up here in the next couple hours. Journal writing. Imagine you were building a kite. What would it look like? How big would it be? Where did you fly it? Where would you fly it? Don't forget to include descriptive words like soaring, drifting, gliding, colorful, vibrant, stormy. Some descriptive words can just make your writing come to life. So instead of the kite flew over there, you can say the giant red kite pushed its way across the wind over to the other side of the field, or something like that. Now that's really descriptive, but just making it a little bit more interesting is a little bit better. Last thing on our schedule is social studies. You're going to rewatch the video from yesterday. So on Brain Pop Jr. over the 3 branches of government. So you should have learned about the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. And then you're going to take the hard quiz today underneath there. So you took the easy quiz yesterday. And then just jot down some notes about each branch of government, because it is going to be important that you have that for tomorrow. So make sure you have just 1 or 2 sentences for each branch of government. That way tomorrow you're really just copying it down, as long as you have that capital letter at the beginning and punctuation and trying your best spelling. But tomorrow should be a pretty fun project for you, and that's really it. So have a great day. Remember, I am on Teams all day. I am not going to be bothered if you call me, if you message me. I want to be helping. If math is really tough and mom, dad, or your guardian are busy, ping me and I can help you with it. If writing or reading is getting a little tough, if you just want to check in, you can always reach out to me, because that's why I am on my computer. That's why I'm here as a teacher. I give you this stuff and I want you to kind of work at your own pace, but at the same time, I'm here to help. So if you need help, or if you just want to check in and chat about your dinner you had last night, I would love to hear from you. So have an awesome day. We will talk on Zoom tomorrow. We'll have another call at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll get ready for the weekend. All right, guys. Bye.